Guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of this series, which is finding your next deal in 7 days without paying for leads and finding it within the leads that you already own. And of course, if you've been following along the series, we're going to do that using a high converting newsletter. Yesterday, in episode 2, we designed this newsletter, we added your branding, so you would have been left with this basic signature as well as this logo on top. And today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to build out all of this custom content, all of these custom CTAs, so that you can send out something like this to all of your leads. And really the goal here is to create a circumstance or change in market conditions so that when we put our call to action, which you can see here because the market is now showing a clear shift, we're setting aside some time this week to do a limited number of custom home valuation and market position reports to opt in, email me report. I'll prepare yours to lorcan@solusmarketing.io. So the goal is to send this, and then for people who are curious within your list to actually reach back out to you, email you report, so then you can start a dialogue with them and start answering questions they have if they are curious about a move. But how do we build this? So right now you should have an empty look at a newsletter like this. And I've made this as easy as possible in terms of being able to extract this information. So beneath this video, you'll find a guide like this. Of course, for the software we're using, it's Beehiiv, guys, and there is a free trial sign up. So you can do this without spending a dollar, right? But the first thing we're going to have to do is actually get the custom market stats for your market. And for this, I need you guys to take this prompt here. You can see, please research the median home price trends in your market, showing key stats and percentage changes and other info that would be interesting and relevant to buyers and sellers in your area. So we're going to want to take this, copy it, and then come to ChatGPT. And you can see here, for the sake of keeping this video moving, I did this earlier. So we paste it in here. ChatGPT asked me to answer some basic questions. By the way, guys, we're doing this using the Deep Research tool in ChatGPT. So that looks like this. When you're actually prompting it, you actually prompt it to do research. It just means it'll do far more in-depth in terms of pulling stats. So from there, I answered those questions, and you can see that ChatGPT pulled all of this information on the Scranton home area. And this is what's going to give us the actual information and to position us as the experts by giving the most up-to-date, relevant information for your market. So we have all this info here, right? So the next thing is, if we come back to the document, we're going to want to copy and paste from here down to section 4 and copy and paste that in here. And this is the framework for the newsletter that I've just shown you. And if you copy and paste this in, it'll refer back to the market stats that we've just pulled and allow us to create that high converting newsletter. So you can see here, we now have all of this information. So what I have done is taken this, copy and paste it in here. I've actually found, you can find a line like this, or you can take this one here for your subject line, and we can pop that in here. And then for the rest of it, we are literally just copying and pasting the information that we have here. So, but one thing that we need to do, so we can take the first part, which is your intro, pop it in here. I actually added this as a little quote chain, which we just do by selecting the block quote here and in this format here. So if you wondered how I actually managed to format it like that, so that's our section 1 done and our header. And that will leave us with all of this. Next thing is we need to actually get a graph. So to get a graph, we need to use this prompt here, which also is here in the doc. So we copy and paste this in like I have just there, and it'll give you an up-to-date pricing trend graph that we're also going to include in our newsletter. But that's the next step. So it's nice to do it in order. And then you'll see that we have the intro, then the graph, and then we come back to our text and we copy and paste this thing in next, which breaks down what we're seeing here, right? and we put, well, the CTA will be doing twice, but for the time being, it's just in here. This is the information you're seeing from the prompts that ChatGPT gave you. So this is really looking at the median home price trend explained, positioning us as an expert, and also painting a clear picture to the readers what's going on in the market. So once we have that top line overview, we then have our next section, which is why this matters for homeowners, which is a really crucial section because it just shows them what opportunities, or if you're in a market where price trends are decreasing, what potential equities are gaining or they're losing. So we're giving them even more of a reason to have a conversation with you by showing what the advantage or disadvantage about selling or not selling could be in their market at this time. And all of this is to lead up to our CTA. And our CTA is here. So we copy and paste this, and we add this into a text box. So to do that, you simply come here to block quote, to box, and we paste this in here, but I've already done it. And we want to be left with something like this. Because the market is now showing a clear shift in median home prices, I'm setting aside time this week to create a limited number of custom home valuation and market position reports to help those planning into 2026. If you want to understand what these changes mean for your equity, email report and I'll prepare yours. So email report to email, and I'll prepare yours. And then boom. And then what I've done here is I've actually just duplicated this, and I've dragged another CTA up here. So basically what that means, I'll just do it again. So we pull one up here. We want our CTA to be nice and high. We want to repeat it at the end then. And then all of a sudden we have this finished and polished newsletter. It's really, really easy to build, guys. And you'll be left with something that's branded, that's local, that's relevant, that has a clear, strong marketing in terms of its copywriting to actually pull in and get buyers and sellers here to raise their hand. And yeah, it really positions you as an expert in your market. And those who read this and see that these changes and conditions are a good or a bad thing and are now considering, hey, we should maybe talk to someone, you're giving the perfect opportunity with this no commitment custom home valuation report, especially because you painted the picture of what's going on in the market. And I definitely want insights on what that means for their current situation and their actual home. So it's a really, really strong combination of fear-based marketing, and that can be fear of a drop in equity or fear of a gain in equity and actually not capitalizing on it. And we know that this is one of our champion templates that works really, really well. So this is the first email we're going to send. To schedule it, we simply come here to review and we schedule. And I always recommend scheduling on a Wednesday or a Thursday at 11 a.m. So let's say the next available. Or we can also, if it's a Friday, it's too bad either, but ideally Wednesday, Thursday. Let's do Friday for the sake of today. Schedule at 11 a.m. And boom, we would hit schedule and it will send at 11 a.m. to all of the emails that we've gathered in the first part of this series. And then from there, we will monitor your email account, of course. Hopefully we get some people replying report who are curious about their home's equity. But yeah, really tomorrow we're actually going to shake the tree even harder to see if we can make any ripe fruit fall with our follow-up, which is going to be echoing and repetition of our CTA here. But we're going to be able to position ourselves in our second send, which we'll go through in tomorrow's video. So if you hopefully you can get to this stage, you can actually get to the point where you have a professional newsletter, your contacts are uploaded, it's branded to your business, and we get this sent out, and then it's very exciting watching the opportunities start to roll in. So if you have any problems or have run into any issues getting this done, please let me know in the comment section. And if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. This is just the start of this channel. I will be showing you tutorials like this every single week. So please like, comment, subscribe. It helps my new channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, which will be the next email we're writing to follow up this one and to find even more listing opportunities. Thanks a lot.